Hi everyone, my name is Fiona Walsh. I am 18 years old and today is May 26th of 2022 and tomorrow is my final day of high school. It feels so surreal to say that because I feel like it's all gone by so fast. Like I went through so much in those 4 years. It was insane. The entire world went through a pandemic. It was insane, but I just want to recap real quick. So, I just wanted to make this, ever since I started making these video diary things, since I started freshman year, it's been a roller coaster ride. Like, literally, it's insane. And I have pivotal moments of each year summed up in my head. It's confusing, but the reason why my brain is so confusing is because this year, March 23rd of 2022, I was confirmed to have autism spectrum disorder, a very high functioning, mild case, even if that, I don't even know what that means because, you know, it's a spectrum, but that explained a lot of my behavior, if I'm being quite honest. And it's like, it opened so many doors for me. Especially since I'm heading off to Kent State. I'll continue this series there, but just want to be able to get some time out now. The sunset's really pretty. It's really colorful. So anyways, oh my gosh, it's just insane to me, that this is actually happening. So if I were to summarize each of my high school years in around 3 adjectives or 3 descriptive sentences or some kind of summary, it would be freshman year was, pretty low point for me mentally. I didn't have a lot of confidence. I was very, like, I would pity myself, which is not a good recipe. I was insecure and I was anxious a lot of the time, and that followed me to my sophomore year where I started picking up driving more. Like, I started to learn to drive more and more, and it was just, I cannot fathom to you how, like, scary it was for me. Like driving, okay, I like predictability. I've always liked predictability, like knowing what I'm doing, like getting really good at it, knowing what I'm doing, you know? But, like, driving is a whole nother thing, because you're, like, I'm still trying to grasp it, and it's been 2.5 years, like, I should learn this, but, yeah, so, yeah, I learned how to drive, and I also got my first job at a nursing home, down the street, and they put me in a very hard section of work. It was more or less like a restaurant, but instead of regular patrons, they were the residents there, and they were very angry. I would dread waking up every day, and I had tons of mental breakdowns. I think, like, during, like, December 2019 and March of 2020 was probably the lowest point. Lowest, like, sharp point in my life, because I dread waking up every day. I'd have to go to school and then go and drop off my sister at home and then go to work afterwards. I was exhausted when I got home, and I would bottle up my emotions, and I wouldn't tell anyone because I was scared that people would be disappointed in me if I were to tell them my flaws or my faults or all that. And it was just a very hard time for me sophomore year. But another pivotal point came in March of 2020. I'm pretty sure you're all knowing where this is going. Oh my. That's the dryer. Oh my god. So anyways, March of 2020, my grandfather wasn't doing too good, and he passed away on March 9th of 2020. My parents flew out there to go say their condolences, and I stayed behind. And I remember those 2 days, March 9th and March 10th, I worked, I went to school, and I just totally, like, I swear to you, when I got that phone call that my grandfather passed away, it was like earth-shattering. Like, it was insane, and I had to go to school the next day and, you know, pretend nothing was wrong and figure out my life. And I mean, you know, he lived a great life. I'm not saying that. It was just very hard for me because, you know, I don't know. I was just going through a very, very angsty time, I guess. And I ended up getting sick because, I was so stressed from everything. I ended up getting really sick. My parents had to fly home because COVID started, and so began the era of COVID. It was very scary at first because my parents both lost their jobs, and I was the only one working, but I never gave any of my money to them because they were pretty responsible financially. So it was very difficult for me, honestly. I just go in every day, but I'd be scared too, and my job moved me to another department, and I was much happier. It's a bit more simple. And that kind of concludes sophomore year. Going into junior year, that was my COVID year. We had to wear masks, and I went for a hybrid schedule, my school did. So I'd go one day, because my last name is W, so I'd go every other day. So it'd be like every odd day of the month, which is, it was crazy. But I worked through it. I actually kind of liked it, because I kind of had like, oh, I have school this day, I don't have to go tomorrow. Like, it was nice, but it was very isolating, if I'm being quite honest. And my classes were kind of getting harder. I took this anatomy class, and I'm telling you right now, it was not my favorite ever. No, I didn't like it. I didn't like it. And junior year, there's nothing really much to talk about. It was just very lonely, very isolating. I'm sure a lot of people, the year before this one felt that way. And 12th grade, I really liked this year, honestly. It was very refreshing. I was kind of laid back, more or less. I got a new job because my other job, I asked for a raise. I've been there for 1.5 years, and they didn't give it to me. So I'm like, you know what, I'm putting in my 2 weeks. And I found this other job at this other nursing home in my area, and they're very respectful. They pay me more, and the residents are very nice. I feel like there's a straight routine. Like, there's nothing jumping out at you. I feel like I can get it. I'm very good at it. Like, I feel like I know what people like, and I'm comfortable with it. I like it a lot. And that's kind of why I decided to go to Kent State, to go into human development and family studies. I might change my major, which there is no, sorry, there is no, flack for ever changing your major. Just putting that out there. Future Fiona, you'll be fine. Just do whatever you want to do. Screw the patriarchy. Just flip and do it. If that makes sense. Don't care what other people think, even though you don't take your own advice. And yeah. I'm excited for this summer, and, you know, I'm sad that I have to say goodbye to my teachers and all that stuff, but we're on to bigger and better things, and I'm hopeful for the future, and I think I'll be okay. I think I will be okay. I've gained a lot. I've learned a lot.